be Krishna. And he said that he saw this in a dream, and Indian Hindus prostrating to him and stuff like this. So this is not me, and I do actually believe this is a reflection of his mental health, right? So I'm not kind of see, like he said in Aina Kamalat in page 564, he wrote, "I saw in a dream that I am the Lord. I then firmly believed that it was so." In Kitab al-Bariya, page 85, he wrote, "I saw in one vision that I am God, and I then firmly believed in it." Bloody, you know that hadith of indeed God is beautiful. It gives it a whole new. Okay, I need to behave. Okay, but it gives it a whole new meaning. But anyway, so you can see these are his own writings. So when people say he has not said, he has said these things. In his book Arba'in, page 7, he wrote, "What is Sharia? I have given commandments of do's and don'ts and have prescribed laws for my followers." He writes that my Sharia is named Kashti-e Nuh, the Ark of Noah. Okay, so this is, as you can see, right, so there are a lot of, and I will actually, what's interesting, I'll tell you about some of the prophecies he made that weren't fulfilled. I mean, obviously they weren't fulfilled, but that kind of came back and people had a go about them at him. So in his time, he made a prophecy that I will live to be 80 years old at least. but he died before that. But yeah, you can't. He tried. He tried. His prophecy is that he would marry Muhammadi Begum before his death. They got to say, yaar, he's making prophecies about marriage to Muhammadi Begum, but unfortunately he never got to marry her. That was another prophecy. He made there was a sheikh of his time called Allama or Maulana Sanaullah Amritsari, who's one of the great sheikhs of the Ahlul Hadith movement, who is also a kind of colleague or a part of the same group of Maulana Inayatullah Gujarati Sahab, who later on split. They used to be in Delhi, who went on to teach and say that, for example, the thing about Jesus not coming, and it's his student who is Maulana Abdul Karim al-Athari, who has the tafsir Urwatul Wuthqa, which I often quote from in some of my lessons and stuff. Right, so Maulana or Sheikh Thanaullah Amritsari is one of his major opponents during his lifetime. So he challenged him and took him up to all these debates and everything. And they did a mubahala. So at one point, got to a point where they said, okay, may the curse of God, may the person who's lying die first and whatever. And so he was actually keen on that mubahala and making that oath. But then he unfortunately died. I mean, that's hardly the way to do it, is it? But he actually did the same thing with a Christian as well called Dr. Abdul Hakim. And he did a mubahala saying that the liar amongst us will die first. Not to hold these claims to weight, I mean, but I'm just saying, but then he died. It just sounds dumb, that's all. Right. He also made revelation that God has revealed to me that he will give me another son before I die. But and God said, no chance. God said, no chance, my friend, no chance. So he never got that. He died without that. His claim that Allah revealed to him that he would marry many more virtuous women. This was a claim made by him, but he didn't marry any more women after that either. He made a prophecy about him marrying a widow. I think he was trying, but this one, no. Then he made a prophecy that he will die in Mecca or Medina. No chance. Yeah, God, can there be no chance? Sorry, there's no chance. So all of these things, unfortunately, he died of cholera. and he got cholera. And in fact, in his earlier things, he said cholera was such a curse from God, but then he got it himself, and he actually died because, I mean, not to, obviously because of old age as well, but also because of indigestion and having toilet problems, and his colon and things like that got infected, and he couldn't go to the toilet, and so he just eventually died. Yeah, you're thinking I'm taking the mick. I'm not, yeah. I'm just stating the facts. I'm going with the facts, man. The facts. Okay, take the facts. Okay, just take them. Okay, so for example, Bashir, his son, writes in his biography, "My mother informed me that the first attack of looseness." What do you think? Like attack as in the British attack, as in the colonial? No, yeah, not the colonial attacks. Of looseness of bowels. यहाँ से अटैक हो रहा है वहाँ नहीं यहाँ की फटी हुई है it's like this हालत खराब. So he said, my mother informed me that the first attack of looseness of bowels upon the promised Messiah occurred when he was at his dining room table. Later I started pressing his legs and he lay in comfort. After a short while, he again felt the call of nature and used the bathroom a couple of times. Then he goes on saying he became very weak and so on. Once again, he had an urge, but he was too weak to go to the lavatory. I made arrangements for him close to his bed. These are all part of his son's in Ruhani Khazain, part of his son's biography of him. And I'm not making this up, people. I don't make this up, you know. Hari Ram, serial kisser. Meri ye majal. I have no I have no right to make anything up. So, and then you have his doctor, for example, his final, he writes as well that Huzur could not talk 2 hours before death. Dr. Mirza Yaqub Beg and Dr. Sayyid Muhammad Husal Shah were the attending physicians. Huzur asked for paper and wrote on it, I have too much dryness, I can't talk, and said some other words which could not be read. Chalo, at least I know, because obviously loose motion ho gaya, loose motion. So these were some of the things that obviously Hazrat over here, Hazrat Saab, yeah, people behave people, right? So that he had, and the thing is that in his right, in his final days, you can see his stomach, he had too many loose motions, as you can see there. Oh, blaming good looking fella there. Look at that, people. Right, so Hari Ram, smart Hari Ram, serial kisser. You know, this is the, so anyway, so this is the story. So look, this is the background of, and I actually genuinely believe that he was, that Hari Ram Sahib, Hazrat, was actually mentally unstable. So I think it's really more surprising. So I don't find sometimes his things as surprising as I find that of his followers that so passionately follow him. I'm thinking, come on, seriously, you acting, you really believe that God used to say, I love you, to behave? Can you imagine the angel that came to give the message, and then it got to him, and it's like, sure, this is, यार यही वाला है या वो यही वाला है यार, इनसे I love you बोलना है. Right, so the thing, so anyway, yeah, it's कोई बात नहीं यार, all is fair in love and war, in love and war, you know, love and war.
And you can go to my Twitter account. Yes, go to my Twitter account. I posted some of the evidences there. Go to my Instagram account. I posted some of the evidences there. This is just some crumbs. My brother, I'm not going to call you brother. Boy. If you come out and try and reject what we're talking about, wallahi, uqsimu billahi al-azim, we will finish the situation from an evidentiary perspective. Don't try it, boy. Don't try it, boy. You're done.